I used to think I needed better opportunities or better connections to get ahead, but I was dead wrong. See, I went from being a copywriter making a few grand a month to a millionaire in sales without using any of that. Most of my success actually came after learning this one process. So if you want to actually succeed in business or in sales, keep watching. Step 1. Track. The first thing you need to do is to track your time. Let me explain. When I first started in sales, I thought I was crushing it because I was all day on calls. I'd tell people that I took 8 calls, did my follow-ups, and went after new leads. But when I actually tracked what I was doing, here's what I found. At 7:30, I'd hit snooze twice, and at 7:48, I would finally wake up. But I'd lie there for another 12 to 18 minutes before actually getting out of bed at 8. Then I'd get ready for the workday. By 9 a.m., I would sit on my desk, and the first task was to go after new leads. However, I'd spend my time cleaning up emails, then back to Slack, then a little bit of social media, and then trips to the bathroom. By 10:30 a.m., I'd actually jump on my first sales call of the day. When they would show up, it was great. I felt productive, I maybe closed some deals, and I went on with my day. But when they didn't, instead of chasing after new leads or updating the CRM, I would sit on my phone scrolling social media. I'm not gonna sit here and run you through my full day, but you see my point. Because I'd tell myself that I had worked a full 8-hour day, but when I looked at my calendar, it was actually a 3 to 4 hour workday. The rest of my time was filled with distractions, downtime, and time was bleeding without me realizing. And once I saw this, I was able to cut down on these bad habits. But here's the thing. I would never have noticed them if I didn't track every single thing down. Most people think they know where their time goes, but when they actually track it, they realize how much are they actually wasting. And the reality is, you're probably in the same position. You think you're spending hours at work, but when you actually look at it, you're actually spending time on snacking, scrolling through social media, or aimlessly refreshing your email browser. So what I want you to do is spend 3 to 4 days tracking every single thing that you do. Here's how you can do it. Buy one of those desk timers and log everything on a Google Sheet so everything is accessible to you. You can also use your notes app or voice memos on ChatGPT. Just do whatever you can stick with. The second thing is set an alarm that goes off every 60 minutes from the time you wake up until you go to bed. This way, you have no excuses. This day, you will have constant reminders all day, so you know exactly what you're doing. The third step is every time that alarm goes off, record 3 things. The time, the exact things you got done, and your energy level from 1 to 10. And when you're tracking what you did, be super specific. Don't just write, I'm working, write, I'm writing a proposal for this prospect. Don't just write, I took a break, write, I'm scrolling Instagram. Don't write research, say, I watched 3 YouTube videos about competitors. This way, when you go back to this sheet, you know exactly how you're feeling and how you're acting. But don't just stop at business activities, but include going to the grocery store, cooking breakfast, or even taking a nap. You need to know absolutely everything. And once you do this for 3-4 days, we can start looking at patterns. Usually they come in 4. Number 1, your danger zones. These are times of your day when you're most likely to waste time. For most people, these are mid-afternoon to early evening. Number 2 is task switching. Every time you get interrupted or switch contexts, you lose about 23 minutes of focus. So if you're constantly switching tasks, that's a bad sign. The third one is energy drains. And these are activities that drain your energy from the next tasks. And the fourth one is the productivity theater. Tasks that feel productive, but don't actually bring you results. This takes your workday and turns it into a productivity feedback loop. Step 2 is calculate. Here's where most people mess up. They start to track their time and getting rid of their bad habits, but they don't know what are the good habits to focus on. And the worst thing you can do is weigh all hours of the day the same. Because if you want to make serious money, you need to understand that not all activities are created equal. See, when I first cut back on scrolling on social media, I was happy for myself. Until a few months later, I hit a plateau in my commissions. I got rid of all the bad habits, but I barely made any more money. So it kind of felt like wasted discipline. So I went back to square one, started tracking the time, and that's where it hit me. I was spending hours on tasks that couldn't matter less. Whether I was answering emails, getting on stupid meetings, or entering information into my CRM, I thought I was actually working. However, I realized that I was doing $15 an hour tasks while my competition was closing $5,000 deals. So I knew I had to find the highest leverage activities and replace everything else. Here's how you can find them too. First, take your annual income goal. Not what you're making now, but where you want to be. Let's say you want to hit $100,000 a year. Divide that by 2,000, which are 50 40-hour work weeks. The math gives you $50 an hour, which means that you have to focus on $50 an hour tasks and nothing less. If you want $200,000 a year, that's $100 an hour. If you want $500,000 a year, it's $250 an hour. Now look back at your time tracking sheet. Every single block of time, ask yourself, if I hired someone else to do this, how much would this cost me? Don't just guess. Go to Upwork, go to Fiverr, do your research. Data entry, $15 an hour. Social media management, $20 an hour. Cleaning your house, $25 an hour. Bookkeeping, $35. And when you see it laid down like this, it's quite humbling. You realize that you've been trading $100 an hour activities for tasks that only cost you $20 an hour. And the truth is, every hour that you spend below your rate is money that you're leaving on the table. But don't stop there. Create a spreadsheet with 4 columns. The task you spend time on, how many hours per week you spend on it, the market rate to outsource it, and then your target hourly rate. Then we'll do your rate minus the market rate times hours per week times 52 weeks. This gives us the opportunity cost of what you're missing out on by looking at the low leverage tasks. Let me give you a real example using email management. Let's say you spend 8 hours a week managing your emails and the market rate is $20 an hour, but your target rate is $100 per hour. So your opportunity cost is 80 times 8 times 25, which is 33,280 per year you're losing by reading your own emails instead of closing deals. This means by outsourcing emails and focusing on your other $100 an hour activities, makes you an extra $33,000 a year because you know where your time is going and what it's worth. But now you need to actually outsource it. However, you can't just get rid of everything at once, because when I started to outsource some of the work that I was doing, I did it completely backwards. I tried to delegate the tasks that took most of my time because I thought that's the point of hiring. But what happened was I spent so much time checking the work that I actually ended up wasting money and time in the long run. Even worse, my commission started to slip. So I started from scratch and I took a new approach. After reading Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell, I used this method called the replacement ladder. What you do is you start with the lowest value tasks that are easy to replace and you delegate them out. So the first level are the personal tasks. So here you have personal tasks like cooking, cleaning, or scheduling appointments. A house cleaner might cost you $25 an hour. And if they save you 4 hours a week, that's 16 hours a month that you can save on $100 an hour tasks. The next level is admin work, like email management, scheduling, and invoices. This is where an executive assistant will come in for someone like me who's a sales rep. Even 10 hours a week and $30 an hour, that's $300. So if it saves you 10 hours a week, you best believe you will make more than $300 in commissions. After that level comes business building tasks like lead generation. Someone who's sending leads to your calendar might run you upwards of $40 an hour, but if they're sending you deals that close, it's well worth the investment. So first, map out your sales process from start to finish. I'm talking every single step from lead found to deal closed. Then identify the bottlenecks from your tracking sheets. For most sales reps, it's the same things. Researching prospects on LinkedIn for 2 hours just to find 5 to 10 leads, running personalized outreach messages, following up on cold emails, updating the CRM after every interaction, and scheduling demos and discovery calls. So your first hire would be someone like an appointment setter. This person can cost you $30 to $35 an hour, but will save you 10 to 15 hours of mindless LinkedIn scrolling. And you can slowly train them on your scripts and processes, and you can upgrade them into higher level positions like this. That's really all you need to do to get to the top 1%. And that's exactly what I did to get there. It's just that most people can't think creatively when it comes to making money. They just think, how can I close more deals, instead of asking, how can I buy back my time so I can close more deals? But remember, this will only work if you actually use your time to focus on these higher leverage tasks. Take more discovery calls, build relationships with leads, and close more deals. Now, if you want to know the 20 lessons I wish I knew in my 20s, watch this video right here, and I'll see you there.